Hi everyone, welcome back to Wrath of the Righteous. We're just marking time really until Queenie arrives. And I checked the previous episode. We triggered the 30-day event on the 26th or 27th. So we're about 10 days in, we've got another 20 days to go. So there's not much to do at the moment, apart from just to continue. Right, you're level 9, I suppose I could come down here to attack these. Yeah. No recruits. Okay. Homemasters. Split off those to go to the other army. These are coming down all the way to here. And the other army is going I could believe it was over here, wasn't she? No, that's yeah, this one. Still no more recruits. Decrees. Okay, got a day left of that. Okay. Can have preachers. Army, preachers. Visitor from the past. A small crevice opened in the middle of Drezen. Then a tiny, sickly old man climbed out, puffing heavily, introduced himself as a spirit of the Sarkorian land. He thanked the Crusaders for their struggle. He wishes to help the Crusade and is often the commander of choice. He can either open up metal deposits or sleep beneath the earth not far from the fortress, or grow lush forests on top of them where wild game will make its home. 0 points. All units gain robust. Okay. Add 100 materials and gain healthy. Materials we're fine, we're 74, we're not short on anything, but let's get the robust, 2% extra health, why not? Upon hearing the commander's choice, the tiny old man smiled and melted into the earth. Soon after, scouts reported that several groves appeared just outside Drezen. The resulting fresh air gives the soldiers strength. Pretty random. What's this? There's shit. So, okay. And the other army can continue as well. Nothing really to do. We need any leadership stuff? Guess. Yeah, do it. Right to pardon. Again. Cultists. What already doing preachers. And we can recruit. There's an 8 army coming in. Where? Oh, over there. Cool. Mongol sharpshooters and wolf riders, duelists and convicts. I can go over to this one. Okay, Setsuna. Save. Box, Malfashni, Mortis Majors. For the Majors. Dogs out. Nice, the fox are down. Oh, gone. So this 10 army. Looking dope. This 9 army. Daily income. Let's do this one because it's a little bit closer. What are these like? Yeah. 4 and 31 of those. 4 and 31. Slow them down as well. Can we get a morale boost? No. Second attack. And they're dead. Marksmen are really powerful. Much more than melee. A group of vicious demodants was trailing through the wastelands, driving a crowd of horribly wounded slaves in front of them. They forced the poor prisoners to insult their gods and desecrate their symbols. Now the evil ceremony has been stopped. Priests are murmuring that a chapel must be built at the site of this righteous victory to glorify the Crusaders' feat. Extra 4 energy points. Leveled up. Take rewards. Saving throws. All spellcasters over there. Yeah. Don't have any spellcasters. Let's try this out then. Plagued, plagued, plagued. Not doing much damage. We can get all 3 of them there. It's not bad. You have to get rid of the smilodons, definitely. Oh, nice one. Horses, wolves, mastodons. I guess. Get the woofers out. Nice. It's really tough because there's a lot of them, and they are really tough from what I remember. Extra attack, the wall. No. Don't do much damage though, that's lucky. Morale boost is lovely. I'll take it. Surround these horses and just wail on them. There we go. There's arters, something like that, aren't they? A pack of sick and rabid beasts battled with unprecedented rage, driven on by a sinister old man wearing the rags of a druid. The putrid smells emanating from his body sent the Crusaders into convulsions. In a stentorian voice, he declared all living things must die, for new life to rise from the ashes and perpetuate the eternal cycle. The face of the crazed fool grew hideous toadstools. He was finally slain with a blade. With all due precautions, his creepy, crooked druid staff was handed over to the commander. Wicked dope. Okay. Just go and join that up then. Can't get to there. Here. So that's you done. It's just you don't have the strength to attack this army. Absolutely not. Okay. Save. Attractive imports. Now, what was I going to do? I'll have to wait a day, don't I? The fate, enchanted and holy, enchanted and dirty squealer. That's 5 days. 5 days. Oh, it's all 5 days. Yeah, just get this done. these are all 5 days. The Fate and then Enchanting, 2 different versions. Right, we can rank up with leadership and be able to do that. I'll do that yet. And enchanting this. Priestess of Shelling Calistria have arrived in Drezen to perform the ritual of the gemstone known as the Attractive Impulse. An argument broke out between whoever showed the right to complete their mission and who should get nothing. Okay, we've got Devour and Lust. We have Passion Sweet Poison. 6 spells per day. So in addition to the main effect, they affect the target with a Dominate Person spell. That's not work. It's going to pass its willpower or be immune to it. Devouring Lust. This one grants you the ability to modify up to 6 spells per day, so the energy type of the damage they deal changes to Unholy. The modified spell also becomes maximized. Yeah, do that. The Vengeful Priestess. The priestesses of Vengeful Calistria were happy to conduct a ritual of the gemstone that crowned the vengeance of their deity. Right, so are we Bombs of Lightning? Devouring Lust. I think an Ember or Darren. Yeah, Good Hope. Reach. What if was Blizzard? Lesser Maximize. Dimension Door. Box Pustules. Devouring Lust. So, maximize spell. What's this? At the time the Santa Empire was still savouring in the golden age of might and glory. The name of Hecatrix was familiar to everyone in the city of Golden Gates. Hecatrix was the queen of courtesans, the most beautiful of women. Her heart-winning power, so great that even kings and queens could not harm her. Coolest assassins would prostrate themselves at her feet like loyal hounds. Impressed by her beauty and sensuality, the goddess Shelyn and Calistria, goddesses Shelyn and Calistria, decided she would be their priestess and quarrelled ferociously over her, just like the priests did about this. Shrewd Hecatrix never was a chooser. She always wanted it all, so she praised each goddess in secret when her rival was not present. She was collecting all the blessings of Shelyn and Calistria in a beautiful gem until one night the truth about her deception was revealed. Both goddesses were enraged by her betrayal. While the kind Shelyn forgave the traitress, Calistria decided to destroy her. Forced of an unbridled wine-fueled nocturnal orgy of debauchery, the queen of the court was torn to pieces by a crowd driven mad with lust. No one paid any heed to Hecatrix for 200 years until one day the sin-soaked soul of a succubus, with a magnificent scarlet gemstone on her bosom, awakened in the abyss. The gemstone was called the Attractive Impulse. The gem combined the passion and lust of the queen of courtesans with the blessings of 2 goddesses, which together forged a dangerous and alluring relic. Maximize spell. All variable numeric effects are maximized. So if it's a d6, it will be a 6. And empowered. It's half again. So let's have a look. Spellbook. Alpha Ray. So it would be D6 points of damage per caster level. Maximized, it would be 6 points of damage per caster level, which is 6/15s, 90 points. Half is 5, the other half is directly from Unholy, and therefore not subject to being reduced by 5 resistance. Let's return it all into Unholy. Okay. Right. I always used to get Empowered and Maximized mixed up. Empowered is 50% extra, or half the extra, however you roll. Maximized is just the maximum number of dice. See if that would stick. Got 9 days left or so. The combat effectiveness of the Crusader arms decreased. The military council requests that Crusader leader attend the meeting and receive an update. Let's do a rank up. I can't do that. I've got to wait 4 days. Let's see who's at the War Council. One thing I do remember is I want to withdraw my generals and bring them back just before I go into the next section. Captain Odan. Commander, I'm glad to report that the reorganization of our army is practically complete. Time for a counterattack. Ramsadeh has used his magic to erect a citadel, Storm Peaks, to the south of Drezen to threaten us. We must destroy this fortress. But before we set out, I strongly advise that our officers are informed of the tactical approach we're going to follow on the battlefield from now on. Apart from good soldiers and generals, an army needs a doctrine that states how it intends to win future battles. Personally, I would support a cautious, balanced tactic of attrition based on a defensive style of warfare. Concealer, a decisive cavalry charge is the best tactic I know. Teams are bloodthirsty, but not too eager to die for their cause. If we were to daze them with a powerful strike and shake their confidence, they would choose running for their lives over a selfless stand. Regil, you cannot change the fact that our warriors lack the demon's individual might. Our discipline and chain of command are superior. The best way to use it is to maintain a tight formation. We move the foot soldiers up front, withstand the enemy's blow, and from a quick and crushing counterattack. That is how the Taldan phalanx won their battles. That is how we will prevail as well. And Greyball, no matter what bright ideas the general has, no matter what strategies they may devise in advance, in battle a soldier must know how to react. If I were in charge, I'll give my officers freedom to act on their own initiative, instead of hammering particular tactics into their heads. Problem is that is then you have different officers going in different directions and just falls apart. And Wendy, your upland and military lacks cunning. You prefer to fight head-on in situations that call for guile. I say we make use of diversions and sabotage in our tactics. Overbrig. Here's what I think. Soldiers are a brave lot, but they're too fond of fighting in formation on the clear field. We're at war, not a ball game. We need to be more cunning than that, more inventive. No Sarko has seen plenty of ways to hurt the enemy without attacking them from the front. Many of these ways would be useful today. Tell me more about Karamzadeh's stronghold. Storm Peaks is a massive mountain fortress built by the demon's unholy magic. Karamzadeh chose the location for his base of operations wisely. Not only is it well protected, it also provides convenient attack routes that threaten Drezen. The most vicious battle beasts are bred in the depths of the fortress, which is dungeons so vast they can hold an infinite number of captives. Well, not infinite. Lots. Why can't we use multiple tactics at once? To train the troops to follow a new tactic, we must drill it into their heads and make them remember it better than their own names. Try to teach our soldiers conflicting tactics, dissonance will inevitably ensue in the heat of the battle. Alas, it is wiser to sacrifice the diversity of options in favour of uniformity of action. Let's hear from the advisors. Isn't it rash to rely on a cavalry charge? It's risky, but there are no cowards in our ranks, are they? Oh, you're so naive. Fighting demons is a dangerous business in general. From my experience, only a swift and daring cavalry attack can strike real fear into the heart of an enemy as reckless as demons. An army of knights better than everything on a cavalry strike. Yet the demons were amazed at how varied and surprising our tactics are. Yeah, they've been trying that for 100 years. Virgil, how does the Taldan phalanx fight? First, a tight infantry formation advances forward. It secures a foothold, threatens the enemy's position, awaits the inevitable attack. Upon meeting the first onslaught with a shield wall, of course, it's always about shield walls. The footmen dampen the momentum of the breakthrough and then, at the officer's command, launch the counter-offensive. After a short charge that tramples everything that stands in their way, a gaping breach appears in enemy ranks, and the offensive turns into a rout. It doesn't work like that in this game. Renderak narrows her eyes like an angry cat. If someone tried that on me, I'd shoot the infantry down, one by one from 50 paces away. I'd love to watch those armoured, shielded oafs chase me and my archers around the battlefield. Not sure if we can make full use of the practices of the Taldan military, although the phalanx certainly showed outstanding results. Taldor's infantry trains in a fundamentally different way than our own. I'm afraid that blindly copying another nation's combat style won't yield us the benefits we seek. Greyball. The acquaintance of mine, my colleague, he used to serve as a corporal in the Molthuni army. At some point, they went on a raid against Nirmathi guerrilla warriors. They ran into an ambush, got shot to hell, and chased the enemy deep into the woods. Is it obvious yet that they were being baited? It was obvious to my acquaintance too. So tells his commanding officer, things are looking ugly, we've got to turn back. But the officer dug his heels in. Our orders were clear. Contact with lightly armed opponent, we have to chase and dispatch them. On contact with a superior force, we have to contain it by forcing a fight and send for reinforcements. He recited that order to me word for word. He won't forget it till the day he dies. That's what the generals in the capital had decided, you see. Since the enemy has split their forces, they need to move in with large units and crush the weak bands one by one. Looks solid on paper, but when you're out in the woods in the middle of the night, not so much. Anyway, when they did get ambushed by the enemy force and contained it by forcing a fight, only my acquaintance and his squad made it out alive. He put 2 and 2 together and figured that no reinforcements were going to make it in time, so we tried to break through. They ran through the woods for 6 days with the enemy hot on their heels, but they survived. My acquaintance learned a lot from that battle, so he deserted immediately afterwards to become an assassin, a much safer craft. Point is, no matter what we come up with, you may never know how it's going to play out in an actual battle. Only those who are on the ground fighting can truly know the best thing to do. I would trust your officers. Can't imagine your army is commanded by idiots and give them free rein. Virgil? Initiative is a dangerous weapon. There are situations where it can be useful, but in a large-scale battle, any display of free thinking, any leeway in interpreting orders, may disorganize the army and throw it into chaos. We should not be destroying the discipline of our troops with our own hands. Wendy? Whenever we'd go on a hunt, knowing up against a mighty beast, we wouldn't rush in and get impaled on its fangs like idiots. First, we'd find its source of drinking water and throw in some poisonous grass that would sink to the bottom. Next, we'd hang bone rattles near its den that would sway in the wind, disturbing its sleep. Only when the beast was exhausted would we ambush it, cover its hide with 100 bleeding wounds. But even then, we didn't go for the kill. Only when the beast was so weakened by the pain and blood loss that it couldn't stand straight did we attack. That's what we should do now. Use every one of our most cunning and insidious tricks to drain our foe's strength before we face them head on. Fight like bandits, relying on contemptible ruses and dishonourable tricks. That is not how the army of Mender fights, so I'm proud of it. It gets results though. Keeps your people alive. Rig, what kind of war tricks are you talking about? Can't even tell you how many there are. Traps, ambushes, rear attacks, targeted fires. Sarkoris may be ruined, but still our land, and help us in battle. We use the land to hide us from the invaders. Use it to lure them into a pit right under their feet. That's how we always fought in Sarkoris, and today's generation of fighters will be taught to fight the same way. When the demons came to the land of Sorcoas, the locals were no match for them on any front. The only thing we could learn from them is how not to fight. Pretty accurate, Grable. Got to know them. Can you win battles by staying on the defensive? History knows of virtually no prominent generals who disregarded defensive combat doctrine. There were times when letting the enemy break their teeth upon your army's formation is more advantageous than going on the offensive yourself. Perseverance oft times bests valor. Sealer snorts. You can't win a war by sitting on your hands, especially against an innumerable force of demons that keep pouring out of the abyss. You must strive for victory, live for it. It's the only way we put an end to them. Okay. So what do we have? 6 items to choose from. All trainable cavalry units get the charge. Trainable cavalry units are all riders, and that's it. Not wide enough. Teldon phalanx, all trainable infantry get charge. That could be Houndmasters. All cavalry and ranged units gain independence +2 initiative. That's not bad, actually. I mean, the ranged units are usually pretty good anyway. Cavalry, like the Hell Knights, are quite slow. And diversions. All infantry units get debilitating poison. The unit's next attack will poison the target and reduce the speed to 0 for 1 round. Only affects living unit. Stop it moving. Meh. A lot of demons are immune to poison. Well, how about Sorcoas, cunning tactics ability. Trainable and ranged units, infantry. First round of combat, all ranged and infantry units gain +4 initiative and +2. That's the best one so far. Because all ranged units is the marksman we get. The infantry is the Houndmasters. About the first round of combat, the Houndmasters don't do anything apart from summon their dogs. But the marksmen have them +2 to attack. And defensive get tough, all units. +2 bonus against disease and poison. I think we use this one. What's this one again? Independence. Cavalry ranged is initiative. Infantry and ranged. Good tactics. Yeah. Let's use the war tricks of old Sorcoas. Our soldiers are sharp. I'll have them trained up in no time. Those oglins will soon be jumping up every rustling leaf and scared to take a single step. Well, I believe the military council has reached a decision on all necessary reforms. All that's left is to put our army to the test, the siege of Storm Peaks. The battle will show us the worth of all the work we've done. His voice quivers nervously on the last words. For an instant, his mask of composure cracks. So you take notice, he shoots you a look of warning that says, "Not now." Crusader army has been concentrated. Commander must launch a feint to strike and raise Ramsday Citadel to the ground. Okay. Save that. It is What's that? Ah, box. Was that Canabres or was that the Storm Citadel thing? That's Canabres. Is that Karamsa too? No, it could be. Gallows, Momoxes, Julia Drew, and Derakini. Yeah, just making sure that I'm not going to run into that army. Ah, go this way, join it up. That army's new, I didn't see it before. It could just have appeared, but it does seem a bit of a coincidence. Right. Acid, fire, cold. Resistance. Same. 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 Love to see it. Can we go out in the wall boost? Second attack? No, we can't. Nice. Well done. Oh, that was it. That was just that army. I thought there was an actual, like, location we had to go to. Army strength 9, and he's level 11. That's lots of archers over there. Oof, that's rough. Okay. Rank ups. just that. Did 4 more days for that. We have about 8 days left, I think. Report. Storm Peaks, the stronghold of the fierce Karamzadeh, has been captured and razed to the ground. The mighty Valor and his army will no longer be able to threaten Drezen from this location. Karamzadeh opted to avoid the fight, leaving his citadel in the last moments of the battle. There's no doubt he will attempt to avenge such an affront. No, nothing. Nothing. Inconvenient heroes. Some soldiers have won such glory in the battlefield, they're now worshipped by common warriors. A number of officers are concerned that the hero's popularity might shake the commander's authority. Leadership, morale, or deduct leadership, diplomacy. I just need logistics, it doesn't really matter. Send the heroes to travel and attract new recruits. The heroes set out in their deeds, soldiers can do more good by visiting other nations, telling stories of their deeds and bringing glory to the crusade. Rank ups. Yeah. 1 day. Okay. That's ready for augmentation. Recruitment growth 7% for day. Nope. I'm actually going to rank up first. Look at that. Now I can have all the good stuff. Relics. Enchanting the Dirty Squealer. And Fates. Do that. Don't have much time left. I think it's 20th or something. It's 30 days. Okay, Staff Council. Or leadership, something like that. Diplomacy, one of the two. Logistics is stuck. It's not going to get to level 5 before the Queen arrives. Commander, permission to report. Captain Harmattan looks worried. Army's disposition is growing dangerous. More and more soldiers express their distrust towards you and your mythical powers. They grumble in their lack of understanding of where you are leading them, what your plan is. What's worse, the weary have once again emerged among the officers. They are adding fuel to the fires of sedition, and we've already had cases of direct insubordination. You have to win back the trust of the soldiers forthwith, or else the army will be paralysed. Some privates have already refused to march into battle. I suggest we make your strategy clear by setting up a bulletin board. It could have a news statement with your name on it every week. Every 2 weeks, you could invite delegates from your soldiers to ask any questions they may have. It feels like the soldiers are discouraged and dismayed. We should embolden them by reminding them that the crusade is about more than just death and danger. This is a time of camaraderie and valor too. Maybe we could adorn the city with an inspiring monument or two, the kind that lifts your spirit whenever you walk by. What? Soldiers have the right to ask their generals questions, but they have the right to they have no right to disobey orders simply because of their curiosity isn't being satisfied. They are committing sabotage. And the penalty for sabotage is a court-martial. build new taverns for our soldiers and pour them free beer on the commander's behalf. That's the easiest way to win their love. Really? I thought we took care of that problem. Not completely, apparently. Captain makes a helpless gesture. We haven't yet solved the main issue. Far too many officers still believe the Queen herself should be in charge of the crusade, no matter how many feats you've achieved. They still consider you an upstart. We'll have to do something about them soon, but the unrest among the soldiers is the most pressing matter at hand. Are you part of it? What do you think of the weary? They are your comrades in arms after all. Think of them as traitors, Commander. Martin replies quickly and firmly, but his expression darkens for a moment. What is it exactly that my soldiers find worrying? Your mythical powers. Yes, they do secure us one victory after another, but even the most loyal troops raise questions from time to time. They wonder, what are you? Are you mortal like the rest of us? Or perhaps an emissary from other spheres? And if so, then which ones? Are you truly fighting for Crusader's cause? Or do you have your own ulterior motives? All of this paves the way for endless speculation. Okay, let's discuss. Sela, what's your plan? I have doubts that explaining battle strategy will help our people anyway. We're fighting a brutal war, maybe the worst war in Galarian's history. They're exhausted and scared. If we want to help them, we have to give them courage. We are already making an effort. I would also suggest adorning our fortresses with monuments, not grim ones, but something heroic or uplifting. That way soldiers who are about to march out or have just marched in will be able to smile at them like old friends. I had a marble friend like that once. Recruits in our order believed that rubbing the hilt of his stone sword would bring you good luck. Dismissing mutinous talk as exhaustion and lack of support is fundamentally wrong. Those few with conscience serve well and true as it is, without question. However, those who can afford to doubt and ignore their orders are a step away from becoming deserters, who will remain deaf to any pleas and arguments, even more so to inspiring embellishments. Rachel? The sighter's bodies hanging from the gallows will answer any and all questions. Sedition must be extinguished swiftly and mercilessly. It's absurd even to consider convincing or appeasing the doubtful. That couldn't be more counterproductive. The sight of hanged bodies will absolutely stop the soldiers from asking questions. But it won't stop them from thinking them. For example, will they hang me next? Did I make a mistake joining this army? Isn't it about time I made a run for it? Darren? There's a century-old cure for grouches and complainers, alcohol and a little cheer. We'll build more taverns, supply them with a strong beer, and treat the soldiers once or twice, courtesy of the treasury. They'll leave their doubts behind in the blink of an eye and proclaim you the best and most beloved commander who ever lived. I'll be the first to agree that taverns are a good thing to have, but they're not enough to support the army's fighting spirit. If we don't give our soldiers something more than drink, taverns will just become places to drown their sorrows or vent their frustrations through brawls. And Harmattan. If the soldiers don't understand you, then you must bridge that gap between you and them. Create means of direct communication, so to speak. We've set up a bulletin board that will, simply put, keep everyone informed of the situation on the front and the basics of our strategy. In addition, we've set up times when, once every 2 weeks, the soldiers can send delegates to you and ask any lingering questions. Also spies. You can just read the bulletin board then. The generals are under no obligation to report to the soldiers. They'll end up disputing your every word and second-guessing your orders before you know it. In some exceptional cases, a general may seek counsel from experienced veterans, but turning your headquarters into a thoroughfare is a surest way to destroy your authority. Our bulletin board. Vital. How many of our soldiers can actually read? Maybe we should engrave this board with some obscene carvings, then it would at least be useful. Okay, what do we have? Monuments. Monument provides all units +5 attack twice, due to positive combat morale. It's not bad actually. We do have monuments on a couple of places. Legend. Gallows decrease the chance to skip action due to negative combat by 3% for all units. No, we don't have any negative. Morale. Having reduced all morale effects in combat by 10%. So it's negative Goes back to centre. If it's positive, goes back to centre. Okay. And Harmattan. Bulletin board provides all units a plus 3% chance to attack twice due to positive morale and minus 3% chance to skip due to negative morale. Let's do bulletin boards. Glad to be of service. I'll tell the soldiers to choose their own delegates. You'll have the text of your first address to our troops on your table today. Okay. Not quite sure how many days left we have. Don't need them all. Can recruit more, but we're just about to finish, so it's not really worth it. There is just that one army left, or two. There's one down here as well. There's this one. And this one. Which I don't think we're in any position to attack. No, because the archers in this 750. Footmen are okay. But 1500 archers. 273 succubi. 750 cavalry. It's just no. I mean, they've got almost 3 times the amount of archers that I have. Outrageous. So, I mean, I could try that. Let's do it for science, eh? If I can get there. What was that one? When did they stack? Let's see if the laughter works. It worked before when we used it. Oh yeah, most of them are down on the floor. Well, they're all down on the floor. Kill all the archers. Oh, I didn't get a chance to go again. It's a shame. Yeah, that laughter. Instant win button. Do anything to the cavalry. Oh my god. Maybe block the cavalry. Go in here. Can't run across the top. Hotmen aren't too dangerous. Get rid of the succubi. No? Damn it. Okay. laying hands or just attack? Kill a lot of cavalry if we can. Wait. Absolutely destroyed if they turn around. Maybe not. Those dogs coming in, killing nearly all of them. It was excellent. Yay! All done. There we go. Excellent. Yeah, that hideous laughter. Brilliant. Absolutely amazing. The unit that was moving towards Drezen but fell under the succubus charms has been defeated. Any survivors will be handed over to the priest to cleanse their souls. The dead shall be laid to rest. Only the succubi who committed this villainous acts were chopped into pieces and dishonorably burned. Yeah, mass hideous laughter. For the win. Save that. I have to remember that when I come back. Right. Okay, what happens is the Queen comes, replaces us as the head because she doesn't like what we're doing. We get sent to the Midnight Vein and then into the Abyss. And when we come out of there, she's fucked up the generals and fucked up the army completely, and the generals are off in the middle of nowhere. So you can recall your generals, so they'll be available straight away when you come back. But I want to know when Queen returns. Just recall them that day or the day before. Aha. Demon's army approaching. 2 level 7s. Both up there. You can go to this one. Cuirassiers, shield bearers, succubi. Do 1 or 2 of those, 5 to 7 of those. As many as possible. Get these around. Hopefully just not go straight up here. Oh, there we go. Fucking typical. No attacks of opportunity. Good. Good attack. Because he killed a unit. Oh, in the wild. Blocked him off. It's fine. Let's just whittle them down now. Whittle them down bit by bit. Deal with those well. Yeah, they just double the amount of damage there. Behind the wall, extra attack. Speed this up a bit. Hell Knights finish them off? Yeah. The army is... Okay, so you're all the way down here. So sooner. Do you really have to go all the way up to there? Yeah. It's taken like 4 days to get there. No, I didn't want to go that way. Go this way. Save. In the forge, okay. It's 38. 36. Might as well go straight here. Didn't even look at the composition. Oh well. Calavacus, Almox. Oh, dude. Oh, so close. I did level up. Master of Maneuver, thanks. Wow, thank you so much. Guaranteed abilities, some of them Master of Maneuver. Gotta be. So now you can have 6. He's upset. But first of all, I'm going to go to the loo because I need to pee. Be in a sec. Bean should be arriving any day now. So I've just saved. I can always come back here. I thought about this. Oh, maybe the 27th. 27th. Chap, the Disqueeler. Never you cast a grease spell, all creatures with infected must take a reflex or suffer. Ooh. And it's a neck item. I can give that to Uljif. So, because he's got quite a few grease spells. And he doesn't really need the natural armor. Or did I give him a initiative one just now? Can't remember. What's Voice of the Faceless? Whenever you cast a piercing scream, the damage it deals is no longer limited to 5d6 until it deals d6 plus 1 per 2 caster levels. So d6 plus 7. That's crap. Like d6 plus 7 per level. No. The creatures who have failed a saving throw against it become dazed for 2 rounds instead of 1. And that also increases the DC of all spells with Sonic you cast by 2. That one. Jub looks at the call and answered it. The fugitives. The way to Drezen, a large group of criminals convicted and exiled into service in the Crusade has escaped. They're now hiding in the mountains, but it seems unlikely they'll last long out there. Fugitive hunt, 140 convicts are recruited and reduces by 10. We'll leave them be, no consequences. Do we have convicts? I don't think we do we? Cultists. Spearmen. Yeah. Got new convicts. Leave them be. Even if the fugitives are found and forced to join the ranks of the Lashes, they'll just run away or betray their comrades in the very first battle. It's better to fight without reinforcements than with allies like these. Chanting this unholy symbol of Overcook. That's the axis, isn't it? Execution of Evil. Let's do Radiant. Whenever you confirm a critical hit, you absorb part of a magical essence, dispelling 1 random spell. That's not too bad. Plus 2 radiant damage. Corrosive Burst, Scorpion's Kiss. Kiss to Kiss. D6 acid damage and acid blast. So it's lots of acid. Or Mountain Winds. Must per encounter, whenever the wielder of this plus 2 weapon is paralyzed, staggered, or stunned, petrified, or entangled, they suffer the weapon's damage, immediately remove the effect. Meh. Meh, that's crap. That does have a large crit and times 3. Let's just do this Execution of Evil. Fully sell it. Many legends tell of the hero's weapons acquiring magical powers after touching the blood of monsters. The axe might possess the dark steel of the destroyer, but this weapon can also serve a good cause. The bladesmith took the weapon and went to the wastelands to slaughter wild monsters and harden the blade with their blood. The blade began to shine like the sun in the looking glass, and its mere touch wrecked the life of monsters. The bladesmith returned and ceremonies to present the commander the cleansed weapon. Right. If logistics can get up to level 5 within 6 days, that'd be nice. Bankruptcy development, economy. That's just. What else do we have? Rate of that. Skip day. Skip day. Nothing. Skip day. Skip day. Aha. Something happened over here. Level 8 demon army. Can you actually get out there? 120. 52. Well, it depends which way they go. I'm going that way. Okay, that will be augmented. To win. Both sides. Win. Don't know what's in it, but do it anyway. Queen will be around any minute now. Oh, I could have done the giggle juice on them. I think it's back. Cutthroats, withdrew, cutthroats. Oh, a lot of them will die. Kill 7, yep, an extra go. Up to 52, and get all of them, get another go. Ooh, so close, so close. Maybe I should have left that for the Mongols. There we go. Did you level up? I think I just did level up for you. Yeah, I think I did. Arrival of Queen Galway. She expects the commander to appear before her post haste. So, what I'll do, save game. Queenie arrived. Get gems back. Just in case it all fucks up, record. The army will lose all its benefits provided by this general. You will not be able to assign this general for 3 days. Accept. And you. Okay. There you go. Gosh, she's gonna fuck up the army. I remember that much from my previous playthrough. Oh, it wasn't really a full playthrough. Went to the abyss and came back, and not much after.
Greetings to the leader of my Crusader host.
Queen Galway Mendev. Oh, okay. Actually, I'll stop here, and next episode we can do this. Because it's already been over an hour. So thanks for watching, everyone. See you all in the next episode. Bye for now.